bro, you need to get into Bitcoin. And to me. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, I'll buy you, dude. I'll give you.
There's no way that this story.
Wait. We're starting off the
Jules,
podcast.
we have to clap. Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Audio Link podcast.
Welcome.
Today we have Julian of the Gamboa family here with us.
Julian of the Gamboa.
Demoing some of his really cool, expensive, weird 90s gear. Also, you heard a little bit about his history with music and producing and all those things. Super fun.
Might be our best podcast yet.
For sure. Lots of laughter. Lots of edits. Gabriel, we love you.
Love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just know this is extremely edited, so there's tons of stuff that you wish you were going to hear, but you actually don't.
It's like when you run, you sometimes you trip
book, guys.
and you fall on your face.
You know what? What? I'm an open book. That's the thing. How about everyone?
It's okay.
Yeah, you guys are going to love this. Thanks for joining us. Check this out.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, you were just saying how.
All right, yeah, just restart the story fast.
So the story. Okay, so this is my one in a lifetime story. I was at a church conference and a guy came up to me. Actually I stayed with him. So I stayed in a room in a person's house. He was another person that stayed there. So
this was a different era.
This is 2010. Yeah, around 2010. And he woke up one morning. I remember clearly. Sat down at the table, just getting ready, waiting. I was waiting for the bathroom because I was going to shower. And he's like, "Dude, you need to get into Bitcoin. I've been buying Bitcoin." And I was like, "What do you mean? I never heard of Bitcoin. I never knew what it was." He's like, "Dude, all you got to do, give me $100, and I'll give you a little USB drive, and you'll have Bitcoin." And I'm like, "Dude, this sounds like a scam. This is a scam. This guy's just trying to steal my money." And he was like an art seller too. So he was selling art. He's like, "I sell art." And I was like, "And I buy Bitcoin." And I was like,
oh my gosh.
I was like, "Dude, no way." And so he's like, "Dude, I'm telling you.
I'm getting so stressed.
Yeah. And so he was like, "Tell me," like, I'm like, "Dude, I'm not doing this." And I still think about this guy to this day. I never met again. I never saw him again. And that was my one chance I had to own Bitcoin. And it was like, I promise you, it was like
you would have owned 5 Bitcoin.
I would have owned more. I think it was like
that. You
like
probably
$8 or $9 a Bitcoin. Or so, it was something crazy like that. And so he's like, "Dude,
wow, $100 for that?
Yeah, that would have been like,
dang,
dude.
Like
That's a couple of mil right now.
Yeah, exactly. So it'd have been
if it was $8 or
crazy.
$9, yeah.
Yeah, it was something. I don't know the numbers, but I knew it was super low. I was like, oh.
2010. Yeah, it was below 20. It was below $20.
Yeah, it was something super. I remember I heard about it because there was one like machine for Bitcoin, and that's it on the news. I was like,
okay, so adjacent story, just because that you just triggered that I'm actually banking on right now. So I'm just like I'm countering your story with like a hopeful one, low key.
Right now,
faith story.
When I say banking on, not in like a real way, but I'm just hoping on. So it's my wife and I got married in 2016, 2017. We were married 7 years. I don't know. And right after we got married, my wife had to take an Uber. We had one car. She took an Uber back to our house for something. And the Uber driver was talking her up on, no, it was a shared Uber. You know how you could get the cheaper one? Yeah. So, and there was another dude in the car. And I remember her texting me. Yeah. And I was like, oh, snap. No.
Yeah.
You know, like, I hope he's not a weirdo.
And he starts talking to her. That's even weirder.
He starts talking to her, dude.
Weird.
And he's talking about Ripple.
Ripple,
yeah. XRP.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Now, this is some
You'll
of
have
the...
to inform me. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, XRP is a crypto that was under this like SEC. Nathan could explain it best to all of us because he's actually into crypto. I'm not, but it. I've
been on XRP yacht because I was invited by their company to go on a yacht.
No way.
That's
Are you
crazy.
serious?
That's crazy.
That's nuts. So XRP was this crypto that was very, very promising when crypto was like really taking off around that time. And hitting some bigger numbers.
Like Ethereum?
Yeah. It was in the conversation with those.
Yeah.
But there was this like SEC issue where like there was some suit against it. It wasn't really released, so no one was really, really going into it.
Yeah.
But at that time, he just like is gassing my wife up about it the whole drive. Like, you guys need to buy Ripple. She said we just got married. So we went on and bought $60 of it that night.
Dude.
And I think it was Kraken or Coinbase. I'm not sure which one we even used. I know it's in one of our email like indexes.
the
We'll
big
be able to
password,
find it.
right? That big.
We can find it. I know
Yeah.
we're gonna find it, and I'm like not even really digging into it, but low key now the SEC came off after 7 years.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It came off.
So it could be.
No,
Yeah.
and Ripple's. It's about to go. It's at $3.
Okay.
It wasn't at that then.
Yeah, of course. That's
Uh,
good.
And but there's expectation that it's gonna go.
Remember
mega.
Shinu Iba?
Yeah, she did, but
What was
Dude.
the one that
the Safe Moon.
Safe Moon?
Dude, we did the same thing in 2020.
Dude. Oh
Our
my
fr- our
gosh.
fr- again, it's another story with crypto. We were in the prayer room, and this is like backstory of me. So I worked at upper room for a long time in the prayer room. Great, it's beautiful. We were in there, me and my cousin Seabass, just like on our knees, Lord.
Safe Moon. Y'all, okay.
Praying.
Hold on.
Okay,
There's context.
context.
We went to Phoenix.
We did go to
We
Phoenix.
went to Phoenix and we almost died on the plane on the way
yeah,
back.
we did.
Is that the one that hit the drink card hit the ceiling?
Oh yeah, the whole thing. But
What was
dude,
it? Alaskan Airlines?
No, it was American. It's American.
Mhm.
It was craziest
That
flight
was
ever.
one of the worst
but,
flights I've ever been
But
on.
like, all they were talking about was Safe Moon. And I was like, what are we
What
talking?
is
What is
that?
Safe Moon?
That's another crypto.
it's like a crypto. And
it's
so
another
You
one.
know that one, Nathan?
You knew about that
Yeah,
one.
he
huh?
knows it.
Nathan knows about all.
Why?
Killing me. You're talking about my favorite subject of out.
Yeah,
Oh, that's your
sorry,
favorite-
Nathan,
oh
you're
my
not
gosh.
invited. No, I'm joking.
it's
I wish you had a
insane.
mic, dude.
I don't even
Nathan
know when
is the
he started. He
producer,
started
so we
this.
can't-
It was-
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it was-
I fumbled almost 200 grand this time last month because I was COVID.
Well,
That's
dude.
crazy.
What?
Trump Coin launched when we were filming the podcast. And
Yeah.
I got a notification when it was at 10 cents and it ran from 10 cents to $70.
Oh my gosh.
I put $100 in, like when we were dumping footage, and my 100 turned into $3,000. But I only had my phone. If I would have been on my computer back at home,
Yeah.
I would have like put in like a lot more money.
Of course. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
He wouldn't have
Crazy.
done this month's recording, dude.
He would have been like, "See you guys." See you
Yeah,
guys.
dude, we would have been screwed this month.
You can't buy a yacht with that money, but
yo. We love you, Nathan.
We love you, Nathan. Dude, you
That was
sacrificed that
sweet.
for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh
Dude.
God,
Meme coins are like
Buy some for me.
they're crazy.
that's insane. It feels fake because like
Dude.
literally, it feels like not real. Because like this is what happened with that coin. We were in the prayer room praying, and then I don't know how. Okay, we have a friend in Miami, and we were really close and really getting to know each other. He's like, "Dude, you need to buy Safe Moon," and then I get
Is it
another
Ronald?
text. Yeah, Ronald. Shout out Ronald. Ronald. He was like, "You need to buy Safe Moon," and then I have another friend who's local. He's like, "Dude, I've been into this like thing, like crypto Safe Moon. Two people." So we're like, "Do you know what? Let's just buy like $50 worth of this coin." We did, and it was crazy because at that time it's like you had to like buy Ethereum, then I had like free
You had to
transactions.
like transfer it. Yeah.
I
3 or
remember
4
trying
times.
to do this. It was so complex.
It's so complex.
Like you had to have a wallet with some international
Yeah,
whatever it was. It was like
This is why I don't know where my Ripple's at, because I had to do that, but it's somewhere, dude. It's
I have it
exactly for
somewhere,
this
but
reason.
I remember
dude.
getting like
I
4
bought like
different
a
emails.
Byzance account, and then I had to transfer it to
Byzance, yeah.
Bitcoin, and then I had to
Exactly.
freaking, I don't know.
yeah. We had to had to do like 3 transfers to get the coin. Whatever. We ended up with like $35 because it's like all the transfer fees. Whatever. Okay, so then we do that. The next day, I promised I opened up that account. It was $5,000. I was like, wait, this is crazy.
What is happening?
Insane. I see. I said, bro, it's like I have like 100. I have $10,000. I was like, dude. I was like, oh my gosh, we're just freaking out. We told everybody. We're like, dude. And then so we.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this is insane. So we grabbed that and we told another guy who was the guy had more money and he went to the church. I don't know why he was there, and I think he put in like $10,000.
Oh my gosh.
So my guy, yeah, he walked out with a pretty like lump sum here. I was able to walk out like, yeah. So
I love some. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
that's a
he
lump
walked
sum.
out with 2 mil, my boy.
No, he literally did. He was like, "Thank you guys," and so I remember I was able to pull out. I pulled out some, and then it
You're
crashed.
welcome.
It crashed completely. Like, that's the thing.
It crashed.
Yeah,
It crashed.
tanked. I was like, dude.
I remember Seabass ending up with several $1,000s.
Yeah, we had several thousand.
Yeah.
It wasn't crazy.
Did you
but
guys buy Doge?
No, we didn't buy Doge.
I
But
bought Doge, dude.
But I ended up, buying like another one of a rumored one,
Yeah.
like you had the Ripple.
Shiba Inu.
I bought Hex. Where I was like,
Okay, yeah, I remember.
yeah, Hex, yeah, and then that's when I was like, and I bought other ones.
Laughing. Shiba Inu.
Yeah, Hex was a whole scam. It was a whole
Yeah,
it
it's a
was
scam, dude.
bad. I was like, dude, I put all that. I was like, whatever. Yeah, he's in jail for sure. Because all my friends are like, Hex, bro, Hex, and these guys are like, Hex. And we're like,
Hex? No.
Yo,
it's just dumb. So
that's
anyway,
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude,
We're like, God, this is.
You're praying about it. So
It feels so holy because
God,
you're.
I'm betting right now.
God, this is not gambling, even
is
though
not
it has
gambling.
100% of the characteristics of gambling.
All of it.
Yeah.
But God,
this is
we're
not-
putting
yeah,
this
this-
in your hands.
Yeah, exactly.
I trust you, Lord.
I
trust
trust you.
God.
Click. I know nothing about this.
Yeah, I literally, I was like, then,
Oh
then
my
from then I was like, whatever. This is just whatever. I was like, I'm done with this. Yeah, it was fun, but it was fun. It was fun times.
That is so
Let's
funny.
just talk about COVID for half a second.
COVID?
COVID was
Okay.
insane.
Oh,
It feels
dude, you don't
like
want to get me going on COVID. dude.
My experience, because we were all like,
Yeah.
in the same environment, and I remember like, oh yeah, I have an Xbox.
I was
Everyone,
not
let's all buy Xboxes. And Seabass lived like we were in one apartment, and he was in the next building of the same complex. He was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm gonna." Yeah,
You
I'll
live
buy an
close to
Xbox
them
too.
then?
Yeah, we were on
Pretty close.
Maple and Oaklawn. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, you did.
and my wife's about to have our first baby and all that stuff, and like, 2 weeks to slow the
3
spread.
weeks to slow the spread.
2 weeks
yeah.
to slow the spread. Well, I
Yeah,
say
that was
fast.
in Texas.
Yeah, dude. It was like
Yeah,
it was
that was-
crazy. So I had this Xbox, and Seabass like, I want to buy an Xbox too. Cool. He goes and buys a PS5, and then I'm gaming with nobody.
He's like, yeah, I'll go buy one
Yeah.
too. Except he doesn't.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, dude.
That's so
And-
dumb.
And then, or what? Was PS5 out then? It probably
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
So
Yeah, it was. PS5 was out then.
Anyway, hilarious.
Something comparable.
It was just such a lonely yet oddly connected time.
2 weeks.
It was like
basically
I
closed for
remember
like
May
2
1st.
weeks. Like that's
It happened like March 19th or 20th.
That was wild.
Yeah, because my birthday's on the 27th,
Yeah.
and we had a party planned, and my wife canceled it. And then, like May 1st or whatever, we were like, okay, we're done.
That
And
was
everyone
wild.
just like let up.
That's wild. Remember
By
when,
when-
like the government's like, here's some money.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
Yeah.
what?
Dude, that was the sketchiest thing that's probably ever happened.
Yeah, I'm like, wait.
I bought my washer and dryer that I'm still using.
Yeah, like the COVID.
How much
relief.
stimmy did you get?
I think it was.
I don't even remember.
Like $1,200?
Yeah, something like
1,200.
that. Like two of those. I was like, whoa.
And if you had kids, it was like
More.
$1,200 per person.
Bro, if I told you what happened with that with my business at that time, it was terrible with PPP. Actually, I don't even want to talk
PPP?
about it. Yeah, I'm going to get depressed. But no, dude, COVID was crazy. Like, obviously in
PPP.
Chicago.
With PPs?
In Chicago.
A little different.
PPs.
A little different.
Yes. No, in Chicago it was nuts. But yeah, just to know how depressed I was, I hired. Okay, so about the PPP things, fast. I hired, my business went from like in 2019.
Sorry, I can't stop laughing with people.
Get past the PPs, all right?
Payment protection plan. Yeah, I get it.
Paycheck protection.
Whatever. Paycheck.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
So like
Scam.
it's based, you got it based on the previous, what you had to do is submit your financials from the year before.
Yeah.
Oh.
That quarter, the year before.
Oh yeah. That's,
So like 2019, you had to submit Q1 of 2019
Yeah.
or Q2 of 2019
Yeah.
compared to Q2 2020, and you had to have a
Was it the-
decrease in revenue.
Was it the quarter before? I think it was the quarter before.
Yeah, that quarter. So like
So like
Q2.
Q4 of 2020 or 2019.
No.
Oh,
You had
okay.
to show. Well, you had to show a quarter of the year before to a quarter of this year.
Yeah.
And the problem was like my business took off Q1 of 2020. Like 10x what I had done.
Yeah.
We maybe did like 300 grand of revenue in Q4 of 2019. That was like our first real. And then we did 850 Q1 of 2020. I hired 5 employees in Q1, Q2 of 2020. So then I now had all these employees.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting PPP. And I'm like, no. I submitted for it and I got like $12,000. I should have got like 120. But that was sad. But
Yo.
point is, the way I consoled myself in that time was on Xbox. You could get all 3 of the Assassin's Creeds for
Yo.
like $100.
Yep. I remember
You
this.
could get
Odyssey.
Odyssey.
Odyssey's the best one
Dude,
by far.
I beat all 3 of them.
You don't
and,
know what we're talking
and
about.
Valhalla.
0. I have 0.
Valhalla. You don't know about Assassin's Creed?
No. I don't
Oh,
own an
dude,
Xbox.
what a game. Yeah,
No,
amazing
it's,
game.
Yeah,
I remember it
that's
back
weird.
in the day. I
Yeah.
remember like, well, I think we're old enough to like know like that was like a
Mhm.
thing. So, anyways, Halo 3 was really fun. We played it a lot as kids. We were like, how old? In middle school, and my cousin Sebastian had like a big like TV and an Xbox. And so
Yeah.
so we would play it all the time. We would go over every weekend and play Halo 3 and Assassin's Creed. We never got into Assassin's Creed because it was a one player.
Yeah, it was so lame to play with your friends.
It's lame, but then it
Yeah.
was fun,
But it was so entertaining that you could almost watch someone play it for a bit. And then after like 15 minutes, you're pretty bored.
Yeah.
It was a sick
like
game, though. It was the first game of its kind where like the guy could like
Open
do
world.
so much different stuff.
Different open world. I remember
world
that. I was like, that's fun. But I don't play video games like ever, dude.
I remember rocking Goldeneye.
GoldenEye?
Goldeneye.
Oh,
GoldenEye?
yeah. You had
yeah.
an N64?
No, but my friends did, and I would
Just watch it.
go over there and watch
Did
them
they
play.
give you a controller unplugged?
No,
GoldenEye was
kids?
sick.
You
dude.
do. You could. Yeah, it's before Bluetooth, yo.
Who'd you use in Smash Bros?
Oh, that's a good question.
That'll tell me everything about you, dude.
Yes,
Cut
yes.
loose.
That's the one thing. I played the GameCube one, and I played
I'm going to
Mark.
guess. Wait. I'm going
Oh.
to guess. All right, now that you said the GameCube one, I'm going to guess. And if I'm right, you have to give me $5.
Or 5 push-ups. Should I do 5 push-ups?
All right, you have to do 5 push-ups. Fine.
Way better.
So you played Melee. You
Mhm.
definitely used Kirby.
That's so weird that you would pick Kirby. That's so weird.
Yoshi?
No.
I feel like you'd use some alternative
Oh,
character,
that's
dude.
so crazy.
You
No,
have some
I like-
alternative
I-
vibes.
Marth. I liked Marth.
Oh,
yeah.
Marth.
And
Okay,
then-
yeah.
that's crazy.
Now you got to do push-ups, bro.
All right, y'all do.
So while Tom does his push-ups, Nathan, make sure we got that on camera.
Okay.
You
That's
are.
great. That's amazing.
That's great.
5 is great. I should have done like 20.
Yeah, dude.
I know,
Yeah.
dude.
That was great.
Yes.
He asked
okay.
me that question on a previous episode, and I
That's crazy.
couldn't answer
I
that
didn't-
question,
I
dude.
never played Smash
Maybe
Bros.
question our whole friendship.
regularly. I remember I liked
You
playing
played?
with Link.
Okay, I have to guess yours now.
Go for it.
Oh, hold on.
I know what he's going to say, and he's going to be wrong.
You know what I'm gonna say?
Yeah, I know what
Bowser?
you're going to say.
Donkey Kong.
It's because there's 2 characters that were
I played
What?
with Link.
Link. Link was never good.
Link's actually the most powerful one, but yeah.
I had
Really?
a
I
sword.
didn't use Link, so you can rule that out.
Okay.
I was
I
super
think
into
you
Lord
were
of the
about to
Rings.
say that.
And so
I wasn't gonna say Link. I was gonna give you like Bowser or something like that's like
Some overpowered slow character.
yeah, just slow character. Oh man. I feel like
All right, you just made one
Okay.
guess, but yeah, carry on.
okay. How about this? Who's the guy? I forget the guy. The bad guy from it's not Captain Falcon. The other guy. You know what I mean?
Grandorf?
Yeah,
Ganondorf?
Ganondorf.
No,
No.
Fox.
Fox.
Yeah,
Okay,
dude.
you seem like the
Fox.
Fox guy.
Yeah, dude, quick, use
yeah,
the blaster, the deflect, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a game.
We
Oh
need to
my
play.
God.
We need to play.
Bro,
I thought
who, does anyone have it?
my brother Oscar does.
Dude, let's
Dude,
go.
I was like, dude, I am the best. But then I played like real people. I was like, oh my god, never mind.
In Brawl, I use DK.
DK, really?
In Brawl, for some reason, DK, like once on N64 with
Mm-hmm.
Fox, dude, I put in my 10,000 hours, dude.
Really?
But
Probably
on
literally.
once the controller switched to like the Wii and stuff,
Yeah,
I got
I
thrown
couldn't do
off,
it.
and then I switched to DK. I don't know.
yeah, that threw me off too. Like, I love the regular
N64
GameCube. Yeah.
was sick.
That-
and
yeah,
GameCube,
and the
GameCube,
N64.
yeah, it was the same. Yeah,
The same. There's the same vibe. Yeah, the Wii was like
the Wii when people would play with like the little.
Yeah, it's weird.
I didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
Are we gonna talk anything about music?
Let's talk music.
Okay.
I mean, we can.
All right. So Julian, you produce music.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Okay.
Cut loose, dude.
Just like turn the
No,
page real
okay.
quick.
Yeah.
Let's get more granular.
Great.
Okay.
Okay, so I met you like 2015
15. Yeah.
ish at Cedar Valley,
Oh.
Cedar Valley College. Remember
Oh
that?
yeah, I remember.
On Porkady's record,
That's right.
Starlights Fade.
Oh, great.
Anyway, yep, I remember that. And
Yeah, you were running a studio right at that college.
yeah,
You
so
were
I was
recording
like on staff
Oh, yeah.
technically for the college.
How many places have you worked?
Bro,
Are you still on staff at that college?
no.
Ray's like, yeah, I'm
No,
on
I'm
salary
not.
there.
I'm not
He's
on
like, yeah, I
staff.
put in like 2 hours a week. Like
No,
I Zoom
So
call,
low key though,
teach.
the guy who runs, he runs like the audio engineering like major there. And they have
Oh.
a legit studio. They have an
No, yeah, it's
SSL,
great. Yeah, I remember.
AWS 9.
What?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
great.
remember. Like I didn't remember much, but
AWS?
I remember the blue tube.
Yeah,
what
the
is it?
big consoles. And
Yeah.
all the stuff.
It was
Yeah.
sick.
They have an SSL
hmm Yeah, that's great.
What
So
were you?
Steve Brown, who I used to play in a band with,
and at CFNI or a
No.
separate band.
separate band.
What?
whole other
What was it
Why
thing.
called?
is
What was
this
it called?
just now
Let's
coming
just
up?
breeze past this because it's a whole thing. Anyway, he
You
runs this
definitely had a
department
goatee during that time, but carry on.
for sure.
That's cute.
No, dude. So he hired me as like this his assistant, and I would teach like the Pro Tools class and whatever
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
And I told Garrett, I was like, because I was roommates with Garrett.
You
It was right. It was right after I got married. So
Garrett Hardy.
yeah, I was real close with him, and we had. He was like, yeah, we want to do these overdubs for this record. I'm like, okay, cool, sure, come down. So we set up this time, and you and your brothers and Seabass roll
That's
in
right. I remember.
with Gabe and his Ready DI.
Ready DI.
Yep.
If
And
anybody knows, that's like the largest, most obnoxious
The
DIs.
largest, most
It's like
obnoxious,
this big.
It's
most
like-
expensive
expensive.
DI that breaks very easily.
Easily.
It's
It literally-
tubes. It's like 6 tubes in there.
Yeah, it's
Do
insane.
people still use those?
I don't think so.
It sounded good.
They do sound
They're
good.
expensive, dude. They're like $800.
Oh dang,
Anyway,
that's expensive. Yeah,
that's when we met, and you play guitar on that, obviously.
yeah. That's
So-
2016.
After, my question is, when did you decide you wanted to like actually go into music as your career? And
That's
and when
interesting.
did you decide you wanted to step away from just playing guitar and actually
Produce, make
get into
music.
producing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
all that
I mean,
stuff?
it's like, dude, it's a process. Like, yeah, I started playing music, when I was 19 at church, and it started obviously like, Beautiful Heart. Like, hey, this is just my dad would play bass. He played music and he was a pastor. So he's like, you know what, go up there and play. And it's been like, it's always been a thing that we did, but it was not the primary thing. We would just be like, dude, we love worship. We love God. We love this. We love this space, and we love what it does. We love like how worship, there's like a essence that it brings, so that's all I knew at that time. But fast forward to that, where we were at what you're talking about with the Porkadoo record, which love Porkadoo David. Shout out to David Porkadoo. He's a sweet man.
He is.
He is a creative, and he's always just a great singer, songwriter. Doing this, it's like I feel like it's not been intentional. It's always been, like, I feel like everyone has the same story. It's kind of like you get a text, hey, you want to play on this? Yeah, I'm in. Like, you just go on full-heartedly with whatever you have, and that's that space. But now, fast forward, I think it was really like around 2020 where, Upper Room has been now our home church. We've been playing at the church, and there's music that's just there. Like we've been playing with like Joel, Elissa, Abby, my brothers, and we've been like realizing like in these moments like there's of worship that we would have when we get together, there's just like music there's songs there. So I think seeing that happen, I was like, oh, I didn't say per se like one day I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this for a living. It was more like, okay, this is definitely what's next for me in my life, So fast forward to now, it's like I've just been like, okay, this is a decision that is evident that to pursue and do, It's kind of like, and I look back and I'm like, oh yeah, like it's evident because I've been a part of so many records. So like I can't even count how many records, to be honest with you. And that's just like what's been like, and I realized, okay, this is like a thing that I get to do,
Yeah.
So that's pretty fun.
What do you like about it?
Dude, the process of making music is the fun part. I think it's a journey, The product is cool. Like the funny thing about the product is I feel like, let me ask you if you feel this way. Do you ever listen back to the things you like after you're finished mixing?
yeah.
You do? So you go back and like, hey, let me get in the car. Let me play a song that I mixed in like 2018. Oh, I don't.
No, I don't do that.
I don't do that.
No, because that's but
yeah, it's weird. It's
what
like
it does,
Yeah.
I think, as a creative, it creates kind of a
Grants
memorial.
period.
It's a memorial for that
Next
time in your life.
podcast.
Well, no, for real. It's a
Podcast
As a
over.
it creates period. Dot. No, it's
Bye.
it's a memorial to that time in your life.
Yes,
and you
yes.
have so much attached
Yeah.
Yeah.
to those things that you poured so much of your
Yeah,
emotional energy
exactly.
into.
Exactly.
And so I find it, unless I'm really nostalgic,
Yes.
and I find it really hard
It's hard.
to go back and then kind of almost, it feels like to me, picking up the burden of what I was carrying back then.
Exactly.
And that's, bro, that's really good.
Whoa, dude, that's deep, dude.
It's
That's
good
so
to
deep.
know where you came from,
yeah.
but it's not good to live there.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
And so for
Wow.
me,
Wow.
dude, like
I into real stuff now.
rarely, so I have on Spotify, like I have a playlist that I've
Mix.
made, like everything that I've mixed, I've put in this playlist, or most things. It's
Yeah.
curated. You know, some
That's
things you
cool.
mix you don't want to put on there. You know, like, yeah, this guy, you know, but
Yeah.
that's just how it is. You know,
Yeah,
and,
everyone has that. Everyone
and-
has that. Yeah.
and but it's like I was looking at, it's like 175 songs or something like
Wow.
that, and it's like wow, like
That's a lot.
what is, like if I go back and listen, I have to be so intentionally like go back and relive that moment, because for me,
Exactly.
as a mixing guy, it is an ultra creative experience, and I think
Hmm.
most
And it's
mixing
immersive,
guys,
but it's super immersive. Like
Oh,
you
yeah,
put
yeah.
in everything.
you give
Yeah.
all of it,
All
and
of it.
you know, all that to say, it's like when you try to go back and relive things, it's incredibly taxing,
It is.
unless you have the grace in that moment to go do it. So
Exactly.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah, like I mean, that's how you said it exactly. I was wondering if you feel the same way, because I feel the same way. You put
Every
in,
time you hear "This is how I fight my battles,"
yeah,
you're
you-
like, oh my god,
you're like, oh, that's awesome, but then you're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's like art, you know.
Yeah.
You think you can make it a little bit better, or you
And
think you
you're
can
like-
make it a little bit, you know. Oh, I could
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
this
there's
now.
things that
I've
you
learned-
don't like about it.
Yeah, but then you realize like that's just how it was, and as a timestamp, like.
mm-hmm.
And so all I have to say is like, yeah, it's hard to listen back to the stuff. It's hard
Yeah.
to listen back.
Yeah.
But people will come up and be like, man, this one song from this.
Yeah,
This is a really funny story too. Like we just did overdubs for a project here in the studio, and a girl comes up to me and my cousin Sebastian, and she's like, and this happens often. She's like, the song Rest. And I knew exactly what it was. It's Oscar's piano track
for 40 minutes.
For 40 minutes.
Wait, what is that?
On
it's,
the
on,
color.
it's on one of the moments.
Yeah,
record.
one of the upper room moments. It's like I think the color one, right? So he's like, she was like that. I listen to it every night. Thank you for doing it. And I'm like, oh no, she's mistaking me for my brother Oscar. But then I'm just like,
You're like, you're welcome.
thank you. I
You're like, ma'am,
yeah,
you are welcome.
yeah. I was like, you know what?
You should have
I
been
literally-
like,
You just gave
You're
her
welcome.
bestowed a blessing
I
upon
can't
her.
tell you how many times I practiced that song.
Can you imagine just being like, she pours her heart out, and can you
Yeah.
can you imagine be like, hey, that wasn't me. That was my brother Oscar. Like,
Yeah.
I can't do that to her.
Yeah.
No, dude, you
I
just
can't-
received it, dude.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? Thank you.
Yeah.
And so like, you know, I didn't even get that's not my track, but I'm like, you know, it's like it you just the point is
It impacts
get,
people, dude.
It impacts
Yes.
people
Yes.
like
Where they
it's
are.
just- yeah, and it's just that's what I think is really special about it. You know, it's like you know you sense it too. Like we just did a record,
Mm-hmm.
and you can tell like in the room, and then part of the pre-production, like in mid and post-production, you can tell like this is gonna impact like a certain people, and that's what's special about it. That's what I love about it. It's not like, can I play the coolest thing? Can I be the cool guy? Or can I play fast as a guitar player? Or can I do the new sound? It's just like,
No.
no, it's like you just know it's bigger than yourself. You know?
Yeah.
And it just keeps happening and intentionally now we're in a space where we're just like, okay, how can we just steward this well? You know, how can we steward what God has graced our life to do well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about like being like, it's hard to say you're good at or like a professional to me, like as a mixer
Yeah.
or a guitar player or a musician, because it's like there's not standards in this space. You know,
Mm.
there's only taste and like what you bring to the table. You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, there's obviously like tools you learn to do, and you know, like for example, mixing. You know, like all the stuff and this and guitar, you have pedals and you know sounds, but there's not a level you get. You just keep learning.
Yeah.
You know, keep growing. So yeah.
Okay, so you know, there's like the songs everyone knows and popular music, and then there's like other songs, right,
Mm-hmm.
that are not that. made by popular and unpopular artists, and I
The filler tracks.
yeah, so to speak. And like, I don't know, something I noticed about myself growing up is like it was always like not the hit that like impacted me the most. Some other song
That's cool.
that like always stuck with me. And the songs that if you ask me like, oh, what are your favorite songs? You know, of like the artists that I really like the Coldplay and the, you know, growing up Switchfoot and like those types of bands. It's like random songs. They'd be like, oh, that one? And I was thinking for you, like, what were the songs that made you fall in love with music? Like, what were the songs?
That's a really good question. Oh man, there's so many, really. I mean, at the top of my head, if I just like, let's say, like, put it in the worship category, like,
Yeah,
what is, and it's funny to even say this, but it was, all the things that were just spontaneous and long, like that was. I know it sounds random,
Yeah.
like, but like I would love. Okay, here's one prime example, which is insane. I caught this, and I don't know if people caught this, and this is gonna date me, but also, what's the song? Beautiful, not Beautiful Name. What a Beautiful Name is not the song. It's Beautiful Exchange.
Mm.
Do you know that song?
Dude, yes, off Faith. No, not off
so
Beautiful
good.
Exchange album.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a
The
song.
self-titled record.
And
That one-
only love will
Okay,
make a
okay.
way.
Bro, remember
Yeah.
when you hung out with Joe Houston?
Yeah, that was wild.
That was
Shout
wild.
out
on
to Joe
Abby's tour?
Houston.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But okay. I love that song, but in the live version, you see, I don't remember who was her name. Who sang it? What was her name?
Not Darling.
No,
It was
she was
female
dark hair.
vocalist Annie. Holy are you, God? That
Great
girl.
song.
Yeah, I forget her name, but yes, I know who you're talking about. Yep.
Okay, yeah, okay. We
Annie
can,
Garrett.
I don't know. I don't remember.
It's a Hillsong
Yeah.
worship girl. Yeah.
Yeah, so I remember this, and this is what I loved. I love the nuance of it. I remember like it was starting, and this is the video, and I knew she was praying in tongues, but she was knowing like, and I was like, I love that. I love that she was gonna like, you know, just flow or something, but she sang the song. I remember that specifically from the video. I think it was a YouTube video. So
Yes,
all
dude.
to
I
say-
remember those videos.
Yeah, so I like, to me, I really love like those nuances, like
Yeah.
or when things just kind of go off script, and then so that, and I grew up in Spanish music too, so I remember like there was artists like that would just like flow, and so I was always just me and my brothers would just like talk about like what they would do during that space. We loved that space of just like free flow, and it's not super planned because there was something about it. We were just so curious about that, and that's what I really loved, and specifically worship music. I loved the songs; they were great. I was always drawn to guitar tones and guitar things, but I loved that. I loved anything that had to do anything that's spontaneous, anything that said
That's cool.
worship or like long or anything that was just open ended. Just felt very like risky on
Yeah.
to put in an album back in those times.
It was
you know?
Darling
feel
Check,
that-
by the way. I
I
just
feel that-
Googled it.
Okay,
It was
yeah, there we
Darling
go, there
Check
we
that
go,
sang
there
on
we go.
that.
Oh my
Holy
God.
are you,
So
God.
good.
The bridge. Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
crazy is
Oh.
that if you think about all of, you know, worship and you know, it at the end of the day, like it feels like almost like the people and them playing the songs wasn't them,
Yeah.
but then when they went off script, that was the thing that separated what worship is
Why?
from
Dude.
from it's the thing like from
That's what's so special about Upper Room.
typical like
yeah,
idol
yeah.
like everyone plays their song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one flows.
The imprint.
That
of it.
thing, the authenticity of it. It's like I know that this is what you're actually about.
Yeah.
And I'm like songs are cool and they express the heart of the Lord, all those things, but this
That's what
this
I love.
expression
Dude.
is completely authentic because it's not scripted, because it's straight from the heart,
Can't
straight
perform
from
it,
people
yeah.
who want to exalt the Lord, and that's honestly the most
Dude.
powerful part
Yeah,
of
I
being a
loved
part
it.
of it. And I love in the last 15 years, like
Mm-hmm.
not I mean way less than that honestly, but like like in large
Yeah.
part like because of Upper Room, because of Bethel and all of
Yeah.
the like the Jeremy Riddle moment.
We all know that. We all know that.
Yeah, what song is it? It was
our father.
yeah, with
Our
the gold
Father.
dust,
Mm-hmm.
all of it.
That was
Like, it's
that was
crazy.
before
Like,
viral was viral. That
yeah.
was a viral thing,
Yeah.
you know. And I remember clearly,
Yeah.
Bethel would do iBethel TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
And
remember
you had
that.
to pay for that.
I
You had to
remember
pay
that.
for that.
I remember
Oh,
that.
You had to
yeah.
pay for that. And I was like very young. I'm like, I can't afford $8 a month. Like I was probably
What?
still in high school, you know, like I can't do that. I don't have
Dude.
money. But I remember they ripped it from iBethel
Put on
and
YouTube.
put it on YouTube.
Yep.
And I remember, not many people know this, but like fast forward to Upper Room, I would harp. I'm like, dude, we need to do that.
We do our father. Let's do
No,
our
no,
father.
no, no.
Dude,
We
Our
need
Father
to
was a
whatever these
special
guys
song,
caught
dude.
and put it
Yeah.
on YouTube. Let's do that. And like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like moments. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
spaces where we could just like the best of. And
Well, there was, so correct me if I'm wrong, you were there before I got involved, but like
yeah,
there was a real pause from the Lord about being any sort of public with Upper Room
oh yeah,
for years,
so many years.
until like I want to say late 2016.
Yeah,
Before we even had a
100%.
website.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, it was like it was literally. I mean, Michael Miller, the pastor, will say the best, but the way it's been, like you would. Okay, so I showed up in 2010. But it was so hard to find. It was like you had to look up a website and it was an address and
Yeah.
and word of mouth. It's like, hey, by the way, Todd White is gonna preach, and I, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like that. Yeah,
yeah, it was like, oh, cool. And it felt like a cool underground, like
Yeah.
you know, something's happening, but no one really knows.
Because Garrett told me about it. He's like
Yeah.
in like 2013.
Yeah,
He was
dude.
like, "Hey, bro, you need to come see this."
He was like,
and
but
I
don't tell
didn't.
anybody.
I didn't,
You didn't.
because I was doing other stuff. He's like, "This is special. You should be involved," and I didn't listen. But then, like in I want to say late 2015, I met y'all,
yeah,
and like I just realized like there might be something.
yeah. It was
You know?
special. Like in those
Yeah.
like early moments, it was like you just walked in and it was people just worshiping. Like I mean, even when I walked in, I was like, oh my gosh, I could definitely play like these songs, you know, like and play here. And I knew that I was called to be there to do something, you know. I just knew it, and it was really special seeing that. And it was that, going back to the music stuff, I was really drawn to just that expression of somebody, and this was the raw form of it, you know. I remember people were just singing, and it was just like they didn't really care about the songs, and I was playing at church, and it was just like song 1, song 2, song 3, be done. You can perform it, great. This was just like no one knew what they're doing. They were just singing. Sometimes it was awesome, sometimes it was not awesome. But it was
Before Waves Tune.
yeah, no, genuinely, like it was whoa. But it's just that was the beauty of it, and I think we just seeing the progression of just like the craft of just like the song of the moment, you know, just be like now you can see it and like you can access it, and which is so special, you know. There's something really cool about just like pressing play on somebody's heart and then
Yeah.
expressing
Yep.
it, and I think that's what like really drew me to that in worship music, you know.
Dude, I was thinking recently about that. Even this morning on the plane, I was thinking about it a little bit. Is like trends, by definition, are of no value.
Yeah.
By definition, it means it's something that will come and go.
Yeah.
And like, what thing that comes and goes and is gone has value?
Yeah.
No. It in its definition speaks to the absence of value in the future,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
like-
oh my gosh, yeah.
And like, I think something that's authentic is what people are truly drawn and connected to,
100%, yeah.
because it's not about a trend. It's not about because other people are doing it. It's because it's actually something that comes out of you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like just came out of you, and you're like, oh my goodness, I can connect with that.
That's because you are not a trend. You're not something that comes and goes
No.
in that way. It's like
No, you're not.
you are evolving as a person. You are evolving all those things and that expression of who you are.
Dude,
know?
and like the
Yeah.
whole church movement, like my parents and like my family did not like subscribe to it. They were like very counter.
Yeah.
And my parents, like being in ministry, and my grandparents, like they really well resisted all of the trends. They resisted the trends
Cool.
and were them. And like, but at the same time, and I was mad about it because I was like, oh my goodness, like this could be so much more X, Y, or Z.
Yeah.
But then now looking back, I'm like, no, like they were them. that is actually what's of value, right?
That's good.
But it just makes me think about like the whole. I'm digressing into pastor's kid realm right now, but like the whole church movement that just came and went. It came and went.
Yeah.
Upper room, is like it's. We literally said to Millie the other day. It's like it's anti-seeker sensitive. It's anti everything that has just happened.
Yeah.
It's anti. Like it's not just like no. It's like
opposite,
the
yeah.
complete opposite.
Oh, yeah.
And truly, this is what everyone wants because like it's just not about a trend. It's about like what it's about.
Yeah, it's authentic.
You
That's
know.
what's special. Yeah, that's what's special about Upper Room. Like, I've gone to see even just like got a view into just like the global church, and I'm like, wow, it is very special what's happening here. It's but it's true, very anti-seeker. It's not for seeker friendly.
Yeah.
It's just not.
No.
Yeah, you have to just kind of just
There's lots of flags.
yeah,
Yes.
lots of flags.
Lots of
I thought you meant red
There's
flags. No,
flags.
but I'm like, yeah, like worship.
no, like
flags.
worship flags. Sorry.
Not red flags.
No, not red
no.
flags. I mean, like
no, just like
There's zero red
worshiping
flags.
dancers,
Actual flags, which have not
waving.
been cool until now.
Honestly,
which is
That's true.
insane. It's
Right?
insane. Yeah, it's insane to think about it, and just like, yeah, it's a special place where we can just see like, and it stays raw, which is really beautiful. I honestly credit like the Millers to like keeping the main thing, and they just will do it through and through. Like no matter what, it's through and through. The main thing is the main thing.
Mm.
You sit down with them today, it's still the same thing.
It's dude.
Yeah, to this day, it's like
That's what drew my wife and I, dude.
yeah,
Because like we had just seen so much,
yeah.
and we came in.
Pastor's kid, you see a lot.
Yeah. And I was in this business like
Yeah.
around all of it, and then like just seeing, you know it the first second.
You feel it. Yeah, exactly.
We
You're
knew
around
it,
it
and
all.
we were just like,
Yeah.
"What is going on here?"
Different. Yeah.
We're like, "What the
awesome.
heck?" Like these are real people.
Uh-huh.
And like it was weird, but I'm so grateful for it. Okay, sorry.
moving on.
Yeah, moving on. So about guitar,
Let's do guitar.
what when you're playing songs like at church or on records, what are you trying to do?
That's a good question. Really good question.
Wait, I have a funny story.
Yeah, tell me.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so we just went on tour with Abby, right?
I just thought of a funny story with Julian too, but carry on.
Okay, bro. Like we everybody, we have these songs dialed, got your parts locked in.
Yeah.
Everything's locked in. I got the scenes. I'm like each song. But then like night 2, I'm like, wait a minute, what's wrong? And then you're playing acoustic.
Julian, I feel like Julian can't do the same thing each
Yeah,
day.
bro.
If he insisted upon
Dude,
it,
I wish
if a
I
gun
could.
was
I
to his
wish I
head, he would
could.
do the same thing,
I
a
wish I
different thing
could.
I
each
was
day.
like, yo, bro,
You insist on change, right?
like what's going on?
yeah.
And
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
want to play acoustic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know.
So I
if
had
you-
He
to
didn't like
change-
it anymore, that's
I
why,
had to
dude.
change
No, we
my
had to-
scenes because I bring the acoustics, like I mute them.
Yeah, mute them. Yeah, they're always muted.
I'm like, I
Shaker,
bring them down.
acoustic, the same thing.
Yeah, it's like, I'm like,
That is so funny.
That's all you hear.
yeah. But it was so funny. I remember like every night it was different. So like
Yeah.
during sound check or whatever, I just make sure that everything's on
Yeah.
all the time.
That's so
you know-
fun.
Yeah, good luck with your snapshots when
Yeah.
you got a
Yeah,
Julian
that's
in the
Good.
mix.
It was
Oh my
so
gosh.
funny. It made me laugh, dude.
Yeah, well,
What
I
a
mean,
fun time.
yeah, it was. I mean, that was funny. So right before tour, which is funny, I'm like all the gear stuff now. I played at a place and they had a weird voltage issue, and it fried half the pedals.
Yeah.
Fried them. So I was showing up with just like
Wait, what? On Abby's tour?
no,
Right
this was right
before
before
Abby's-
Abby's
yeah.
tour.
Oh.
Like literally, probably the week before or day before or like a couple days before, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to figure this out. So I broke it down. How to just like set up pedals on the floor. Like it was a whole thing. And
Bro, there was a legit eye spot. Just
yeah, it was just
Really?
connected together.
Yeah, one spot.
Yeah,
spot.
and
One
it was-
spot.
it was-
one
spot.
spot. Yeah, one spot.
One spot.
It
Yeah, I
was
know.
crazy. And then I had to play acoustic half the time because I mean, we probably didn't communicate with you, but it was like there were some songs with only acoustic.
I
And we're
figured
like,
it out.
you figured it.
Abby's show. I mean, the show in Dallas was acoustic.
Yeah, it was acoustics. There was a lot of acoustics, and so
Yeah.
It was
oh man, and Yeah, so it was just fried pedals, but it was kind of fun to like maneuver that space, you know, because as a guitar player, I think worship guitar players can kind of, you know, agree to like you get kind of comfortable with the pedals you have, and you can rely on that stuff a lot just for sonics, you know, for like playing, and you know, and it's good, you know, because it's like, you know, the reverb, the delay, the things, but then it kind of put me in a position where I was like, I can't rely on this stuff, and it actually was kind of fun, like creatively, you know. Yeah, but you're right. I can't do the same thing over. I get bored.
You have to change.
And
I get bored.
That's what I attributed it to. I was like, Julian's bored.
Yeah, I was bored.
Yeah,
So
like
tell
bored.
me about the VTX thing.
Okay, yeah, the VTX.
Whatever
So like I brought both. I brought my
guitar.
V
Maybe
guitar.
let's put a like little image of that piece of hardware.
Yeah, let's just put it right
on the screen. Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, we can take a photo. There it is. That was it. It was
Boom,
awesome.
Yeah, they're
So
rolling.
I mean, talk
Wow.
about this
Gabriel,
thing.
insert here.
Insert here, Gabriel. Yeah, thanks.
So let's talk about it. So I have my regular pedal board here, which is like great and stuff, and it just brings you the regular worship stuff. I mean, to me, worship is all the same. Reverb, delay, overdrives, and compressor. Boom. Like, you got it.
Yep.
Done.
Hey, in what order though? You gotta.
Any order you want. You know.
Okay, that's a lie. Hey, bro. Reverb's first.
Reverb's first, guys.
I have a hilarious story, but yeah, carry on.
Nothing sounds better in the
I'll
mix
tell it later.
than distorted reverb.
Yeah, distorted reverb.
Ultra
Yeah,
compressed.
Yeah.
That might be cool. You never know. You never know. Like,
Want the
hey.
tails to last for days.
Yeah. What's your best impression of Valhalla? Like Valhalla.
Valhalla?
Yeah. Oh, that was good. That's
good, right?
That's smart. Yeah,
That's
that's great. People who know. Yes, I have that, and then so a little backstory. Then I also have it's called the VG8.
VG8.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so
I said
I know.
VTX, which is
VTX.
a PA
It's okay.
series.
We can call it whatever you want, Brandon.
JBL
You're
speakers.
the guy to call
It's a
it.
Roland
Roland pedal.
pedal
So
that broke.
it broke. It did break. That was insane.
It's more than a pedal.
So backstory on
It's
this
a big
pedal.
pedal.
So last year there was a band called McGee. They came out and they actually. So, anyways, he had a whole record come out. It's a great record. I think it did a lot for music, in my opinion. It didn't win any awards in the Grammys because it's very indie, but it really just captivated me in a new way for music. I'm like, these guys are making music. It sounds the way that the sounds, and it was all guitars, bass, and like it was drum samples and stuff like that, basically like a drum machine. But they were able to make a whole record with that, and it was just so different. I was like, this is so different. I got inspired because I started researching, and you know, McGee, his name is Mike. He uses like baritone, like strings and flat wounds and all stuff. I'm like, that's really cool, but it's so specific. I really don't think I can bring that into worship. But then I realized, and this is from what I've learned, they also use this like VG8 system. Then now, fast forward a little bit, I actually met, shout out to Andrew Aged. He plays with McGee. He's like the other guitar player, and he's amazing. He's a Christian. He's a believer. He like is awesome. He travels with them. He makes the music with them. He basically, and I connected with him because I went to the Dallas show, and I posted a photo of him, tagged them all, and he messaged me back, and I was like, wait, why are you messaging me back, man? You're doing this thing. It's really
Bro,
cool.
you're a big deal.
You're a big deal. And he was like, wait, man, I'm a believer. Actually, he's like, I've been to Jesus Image. Like,
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
that's so cool.
yeah, he's like, I'm like, yo, 'cause you're one of us. You're one of us. Like, he's like, yeah, he's like, he literally told me, he's like, you know, Randy Clark prayed for him, and he had like hands
Aw.
on fire,
Wow.
like prophetic history. He like grew up in like the LA scene. He's like one of like him and his brother are like savants. Like these guys are like amazing,
Special guys.
special guys. He got saved. He went to, and I'm telling you a story, but he basically went to Hawaii, he got married, and the Lord brought him back, and he started doing music with this guy. So he's basically like, oh my gosh, you know, we connected. We talked about this pedal a lot, and I'm like, talk to me about this pedal, man. And he's like, well, they use it mainly live. And when I was at the show, I was like really astounded by the tones and the sounds that they were getting. And I'm like, it sounds like a flute. It sounds like a horn.
Yeah,
What
what's
is it?
it do?
So it basically you do need a new or you need another pickup on the guitar. What it does is like this pickup is like a piezo basically type pickup,
Okay.
and then you connect it to this pedal, and it completely changes the whole tone of the guitar. It synthesizes it, so you can have It has so many more settings, but the
Mm.
real like go-to settings is all the horns.
And you kind of blend it with your.
Yeah, and so
Your-
what I
yeah.
so what I do, I kind of took my own spin to it. I love what they do. I know that it's not. I already understand. I'm like you can't necessarily take copy paste on this stuff in worship. It's not gonna necessarily work fully. But what I do is like I use some of these settings and I blend it with my guitar actual tone, and I've been using it live, and I actually got to use it on now one record, and I want to use it more on other specific records. But it's just been like every time I turn it on, it's like people are like, "Dude, that's amazing."
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
it's
like-
just something different.
It's just, and I'm like, it's just something different. I always accredit them. I'm like, hey, these guys are the ones who found this
The
thing. I'm
McGee
just-
boys.
Yeah, the McGee boys are the ones that found it. I'm just inspired by what they're doing. You know, and I'm trying to put
That's
my
awesome.
own twist to it. You know,
I have to
sick,
say
dude.
that my first experience with this pedal was not good.
it was a good one.
What happened, dude?
It was on tour. It
All
was
this-
like night
Wait,
one,
he just
and it like,
pulls it out of the random.
and it like didn't work.
It broke.
Like,
It
we
broke.
had no. We were in Austin. Was it Austin? Yeah. We had. It wasn't working. Nothing
working.
worked. So I didn't hear any guitar
Yeah.
for all of
Oh
sound
no!
check.
What
Yeah.
what breaks the pickup?
No, that was the
The whole
crazy
pedal?
part.
Bro,
the
okay.
pedal broke.
Let me just say, it didn't work for most of the tour
It didn't work.
at all.
It gave
That's
it,
what
yeah.
makes
Okay,
it
okay, okay.
special. It's like a Stradivarius.
We had
Basically, yeah.
11 or 12 shows.
12 shows, yeah.
Didn't work at all.
Didn't work.
But I remember being extremely inconvenienced by this thing
100%.
because
It's so inconvenient.
Because we get to New York, we're in Brooklyn, we're like, and Julian's like, "Yo, we gotta go buy this like one guitar shop that can fix this thing."
I thought it was a cable.
Yeah. So
And
we
it
like
wasn't.
they like go and okay, getting anywhere in New York City is
very
a
Literally
task.
the worst.
It's a
the
task.
worst.
So it's like it will take you all day.
You drove.
Well, we had the yes,
You
I
didn't
drove.
take the train,
Bro,
dude. The train is
Tell the
pretty
story.
quick, dude.
So what? He had to drive a 15-passenger van.
yeah, me and Gabe
And
In
Gabe-
New York, you were driving around a 50
With the
passenger
trailer.
van.
with a trailer.
in
Why
Manhattan.
didn't you call me?
Bro, the Lord totally. Dude, okay, we had
I
a
could
show
have told you.
we had a show in Brooklyn
yeah.
and we had a show in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And it was
insane.
great. It was
I
great.
think I
It
remember
worked
that.
out. Like
It
literally.
did work out. But Julian was like, I gotta go drop this.
Yeah, I
Where'd
thought it
you
was a
try
cable.
to drop it?
No, so what I thought, okay, so I plugged it in and it was just like dead, nothing. I called my friend Andrew and he's like, dude, it's probably the cable. And I was like, you know what? I got this cable from Amazon. I'm going to get a Roland cable because it's a Roland pedal. And yeah, I was
So
trying
we
to find.
go to this guitar
Yeah,
shop.
we
and
find-
it was
yeah.
like $100 cable.
Dude, it was expensive. And I was like, oh, fine. Let's just get this, this $100 cable because it's obviously, this pedal's from the 90s. So like,
Yeah, it looks like it is.
finding, yeah, you could tell, yeah. Finding it, I honestly, I'm thankful. I found one for not what they're going for now. They're going for like anywhere up to $2,000 to $3,000. These pedals.
For that pedal?
Yeah, I did not get that. I did not pay that much money. I
Yeah.
paid like $800 for it. Praise God.
Yeah, dude.
But still, it was just like. So I'm like, you can't just find it. Remember now, my pedals are fried. I can't rely on.
You
the
got
pedal.
nothing on your
I
board.
literally have nothing. I'm just plugging it almost straight to the board, and so now looking for this cable. No, the cable did not work. I bought a cable and then I tried to return it. Closed the next day. Great. I was like, dude,
Bro, okay, and then we drive to Boston.
yeah, it was Boston.
And then he was like, yo, I need to ship this pedal back.
Yeah.
like I gotta ship it.
I was
somewhere.
looking for
We
a
have to
certified Roland technician.
Yeah.
Please.
And the only guys
so
in
then
New
he's
York.
played acoustic at the
The
show.
only,
Basically.
certified Roland technician was in New York City.
in New York City and randomly Dallas.
Oh, and
Your boy
Dallas.
that you mentioned.
My guy, yeah.
What
so
was his name again?
His name is Slemons. Like it's just-
Slemons. Shout out to Slemons.
So shout out to Slemons. He is the GOAT. He actually got it completely fixed, which was insane.
That's awesome.